Hey guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be building a tiny home community for a colony of artists. But before we get started on that, I wanted to say a massive thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. You can explore new skills, develop existing interests, or get lost in creativity. They have classes in everything from business to finance, self-improvement, making YouTube videos, and so much more. I really enjoyed Andy J. Pizza's class, Find Your Style, 5 Exercises to Unlock Your Creative Identity. He guides you through tangible steps to figure out your own unique style that you can apply to any aspect of your creative journey, and he delivers it in an inspirational and engaging way. I've personally applied a lot of these steps to my content here on YouTube, and I'm really enjoying it. Whether you're looking to fend off boredom or pick up a new skill or two, Skillshare has got you covered. And they were generous enough to offer the first 1,000 people to click the link in my description down below a free trial of the Skillshare Premium membership, and it's only about $10 a month after that. So please check out that link down below if you're interested, and thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Let's get into the speed build. Why, hello again. I'm really excited to share this video with you guys because it's been a while since I have built a tiny house that wasn't just a single one and did a community of them. I've done a few of these in the past in various worlds, and they're some of my favorite to do. And I had it written down to do one that was for a group of artists of various types. I was kind of thinking all of the artists that live here, though, were kind of a mixture of a bunch of different styles, and they like to hang out. And there's actually 3 different tiny homes here with enough space for 4 Sims. And we are building in this quarry area of Evergreen Harbor, and I've never built on this lot before. I thought it was perfect for the idea I had, and so I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I really hope you like it. And if you do, it will be available to download on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it if you search my origin ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Miss Gryphi, and all of that information will also be in the description down below. But right now, as you can see, I just made boxes. I didn't figure out the roofs, the colors, the doors, the windows, any of it. I wanted to get an idea of where I wanted these buildings to be and then decorate around it on the lot, using a lot of debug, of course, or live edit objects of these various quarry rocks to make it feel like it blended in. And there's all sorts of like sculptures and random materials and like found objects. I was thinking this could be a really cool environment for the Sims to find things and then turn that into art pieces. Lots of experimentation going on this lot. So you can see there's like an old car frame, there's tires, there's dumpsters. And I'm also drawing out some of these grass patches here, which end up being a lot, I guess, calmer, lighter, toned down. You can see me doing that now, trying to go over this with various terrain paint to make it less overbearing, I guess. I don't know the words I'm looking for, but I wanted it to look a little bit less intense. I also used this flower piece in the middle. It's like a flower garden thing that came with City Living. I ranked it as, I think, invisible to me in my plant ranking video I did about a week ago now, I think. I will have that link down below if you'd like to check it out, where I ranked every single plant in The Sims 4. It was quite fun, but I also used some debug pieces that I'm not sure what those are for. They're from Eco Lifestyle as well. I think they might be some sort of fence in the world, those yellow pieces. I thought they made a cool sculpture in the middle of the plants in the middle there. I also grabbed some of these sculptural pieces, which I think are from City Living, and so are the string lights. Also added this weird thing over here in the corner that I was thinking could be a carport, but I decided in the end that it didn't really fit this space. And one of my favorite additions, which I did in a different build a little while ago, I discovered that we had these floor graffiti pieces that are actually like clues and stuff from Get to Work that you can interact with the detective career. And I thought that worked really nicely in this space, and just some clutter under that like covered space. And now we're starting to work on these like roofs and walls and doors and things. I was trying really hard to make sure that this whole lot still remained under 100 tiles, because obviously each building is considered a tiny house, but since they're all on the same lot, the tiny house residential is counting everything. So I still managed to do that. I think it ends up like 90 something tiles, but each one of these homes I think would identify, that's not the word I'm looking for, would qualify. That's the word I'm looking for. Each one of these I think would qualify as a micro home, although the one that's 2 buildings might be a tiny home instead. But since they're all on the same lot, they're considered a small home. But that's okay. I was just happy that I was able to fit it under the 100 tiles. Obviously, I had to fiddle around with it a little bit, and there's some things I might have done differently if I wasn't worried about the tile count. But it was a fun challenge for sure. And here around this center area, I wanted to put a bunch of paintings. I also wanted some murals, so I do go onto the gallery to grab some various murals that Sims have painted and try to incorporate those around the space. I can't remember if I end up using this one or not. I definitely moved it around quite a few times. We also have like a painted garage door. And then I'm getting a bunch of paintings here to throw on the easel so it looks like that they are in use. Definitely a good tip there if you ever want to have some finished artwork, but you don't have time to have your sim come there and get their painting skill up and paint some stuff. Obviously, you can cheat painting skill as well. But if you go on the gallery and you just search by rooms and type in paintings or murals and things like that, a lot of people upload their Sims artwork to the gallery and you can just grab it off of there. Also, people will paint by reference, have their Sims paint by reference of CC items and then upload those. So then you're able to get those paintings, which are technically no CC, but they are kind of CC, if that makes sense. You can get the look of CC without actually using it. So that's also an option. You can find that kind of stuff on the gallery. But right now I'm just working on some more landscaping, going to be adding so many more trees into this space and working on more terrain paint. And I went all out on the landscaping on this lot. It was definitely my main focus. I really like those sculptures in the front of the lot as well. Those, I don't even know what shape you would call them. They're like circular, they kind of look like pine cones maybe. They're somewhere else in the world of Evergreen Harbor, so they're in the debug menu, and I just think that they're a really fun sculptural piece, so I thought that they fit nicely for this lot. And then I am lining these pathways with these circle rugs that are like stone rugs. Did those come with? I think those are from Get Together. I just thought that it added a little bit more quirkiness and variety to the space because I wasn't quite happy with how the pathways came out because I wanted them to be a little subtle because this is a quarry space. None of this stuff looks like it's really supposed to be here. But when I made it more subtle, I was feeling like it looked a little bit too messy. So I think adding these stepping stones helped quite a bit. So let me know what you think. I think it just looks kind of cute. And then adding some of this green texture under it. Obviously, all of this stuff was added after the fact and kind of converted into this space based on the Sims that were living here. And as I mentioned, I was thinking that all of these Sims were probably dabbling in various art forms, from painting to graphic design to sculptures to candle making and all of that. So the interiors of the homes I wanted to be just cute, I suppose. They definitely are slightly different. Like, I did not do a carbon copy of all 3 of them inside all 3 of them. They're very different. However, I didn't put that much specific, this person was a painter, this person is a sculptor, this person makes candles. It was more so just fitting the style of the home. And most of the skill building items throughout this lot are actually outside. I was thinking they wanted to keep their living spaces quite clean, but it's more of a communal art space outside. That was the concept I had anyway. So we're in the first house now. I think this is my favorite shaped one on the outside. I'm not sure if it's my favorite on the inside though. I had a lot of fun with the layouts in these because they're so small. Trying to fit 3 tiny houses under 100 tiles was definitely a task. But in this one, the kitchen I thought was a bit of fun. We have a mini fridge with a microwave on top of it, and then there's a dishwasher under a counter, and then we have a stove off to the side. I've definitely had suggestions over time to do that sort of layout to save some space, not having a sink in there, having a dishwasher instead, and microwave and mini fridge. So there's no stove in this one, but it does save space, and I thought it looked quite nice. And then over here, we just have our bed and a couch, some decorations on the wall, some paintings. And then this is the tiny house that has the biggest bathroom. I think the other 2 both have like the 3x1 tile bathroom that I do in most tiny homes. But this one's really spacious. And the reason for that is because it's on a diagonal. So technically it's only a 2x2, so it's actually one tile bigger if you're counting by tiles than the other bathrooms. But since it's on a diagonal, it's more like 2.5 by 2.5. So it feels really spacious. But I was happy about that because it just makes it so they're not all the same. And I really like how that bathroom came out. It's definitely my favorite. And now we are over on the tiny house that is over on the left of the lot. This one's very red on the outside and has a funky layout. You walk directly into the kitchen, and then the 3x1 bathroom is what's separating the space from the kitchen to the bedroom. So this is definitely the tiny house that is the most cramped. You're not having much space in here. I do fit a 2-seater table in the kitchen area, though, that you kind of have to squeeze by to use anything and to get anywhere else in the apartment or tiny house. It's just so small. I naturally want to call it an apartment. But just decorating the kitchen as well. We have a mini fridge. We got some, we're putting some canvases in the back. Got a little kitty planter on the table and some bright colors. I really liked the color scheme in here. Like I said, it's very red and orange, and I think it came out cute. This is a very simple bathroom, 3x1. Got your generic decorations that I put in there. They're not generic. They're just the ones I use a lot. They're from Tiny Living, and then in the back bedroom space, I did put the Tiny Living bed as well in this red and black swatch, and then a rug from Nifty Knitting, and some paintings up on the dresser. And that's pretty much it for the interior of that one, and I'm remembering trash cans. And then the cool thing about doing 3 tiny homes on the same lot is they can be drastically different. The first one I thought was pretty normal for the size I go for. The second one was very, very cramped. And then this third one is a lot more spacious, but still on the smaller side. So this one actually has 2 little buildings connected by an outdoor space. And this one has the kitchen and the living space. And then there's sort of an outdoor entrance to a 3x1 bathroom. And then the other building is a shared bedroom. It has 2 beds. It's for roommates. And I just thought it was a little bit different and not something I go for very often. I feel like I usually only have roommates or 2 beds in a single room if it's for kids in a family household or if we're building a dorm. So I thought it was a little bit different here, and I really liked it, and it just made sense for the community that I was imagining here. So this is the living space. We have the country kitchen set, and then this is going to be the shared bedroom. I am using these beds that used to be from Parenthood but are now base game, and quite a bit of clutter and like graffiti on the walls, and just experimented quite a bit. Since this house has that green metal on the outside, I did bring it inside as well. I thought that was a bit of fun. And we have those painted like skateboards and dresser. And I tried to make this room a little bit messier, so there's some clutter on the floor as well. I was thinking that the Sims that shared this space probably were not the best at keeping it clean. And I don't know, do you think that the 2 that share that space kind of get along over that? They're both messy, and so their space is always messy, or one of them's messy and the other one's always mad at them about that, because I think it could go either way. But here I am setting the various lot traits. I wanted it to be good for art, and I also wanted to make sure that we had some stray kitties coming by, so I did put some pet bowls outside for them as well, and we're getting a candle making station outside the roommates area before I move around some of the easels and swap out some of them so they're not all the same one. But that's pretty much it for this build. We're just going to be adding some outdoor seating before we head on into screenshots. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. And thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you check out those links in the description down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.